because you're recording.
Hey, no, it worked this
Yeah,
time. It worked the
I'm
first go
totally
around.
gonna just not say anything at all because now I'm just so nervous and I'm just gonna clam up and I'll be like, hi.
It's just us, Beth. It's just us now. It's
All
just
right.
us, but people can retroactively go back and watch you.
Oh, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine. I've
that's fine.
got turf videos. They can, yeah, people see me all the time. Yeah.
Well, yay for technology working today. And welcome to this week's episode of Living in the Texas Hill Country. We have Beth McMahon with us today. She is the horticulture agent in Gillespie County. And Beth, do you want to tell us more about yourself? Or is that your
Um,
proper title?
oh, so yeah, I'm a horticulture agent.
What?
So we're the county extension agents that get to work with plants. And here in Gillespie County, I get to handle the plants. That means that I get to work with the natives. I get to do plant identification. I'm currently leading a 4-H entomology team, which
Oh,
is
cool.
is plants. Yeah, yeah, they eat plants.
Got
They
to do
eat the
some
Um,
plants.
plants.
they eat the plants, yeah. I've got results demonstrations, and that's actually what I'm going to be talking to you about today. I've got a little turf trial outside my office. I can actually see it outside my office. So
Oh,
whenever I
nice.
look this way, I'm actually looking at it. So if you just see me looking off in the distance, that's what
You're,
I'm looking at. I'm not dazing off
it
yet.
is it is your lot. It is like if you have a question, yeah, you look at it and you're like, wait. Oh yes,
Yeah,
now I remember. Now I remember.
yeah,
But okay,
yeah. That
so
spot's
with
nice and green.
so horticulture agent, you said you do plants. So you
I do
do like,
plants.
and I guess, how do I word this? I guess it maybe varies from horticulture to horticulture agent, but
Oh my
your
gosh, it
area,
varies so much.
okay, but your area
Yeah,
focuses, you kind of do a little bit of everything. You do the natives, you
yeah.
do some of the, I'll call them the pretty ornamental,
Mm-hmm,
non-native
mm-hmm.
plants. You do veggie plant. You enjoy it all. If it's
Yes.
green, you enjoy it.
Even if it's brown,
Uh,
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
it's true. I mean, when it does go brown, it
Hmm.
does not always mean it's dead,
No,
especially
no.
with native plants. Well, I don't know. Is that true of ornamental plants? Do they really senesce?
It depends on the ornamental. I mean,
True.
it really depends on them. They're not as hardy as some of our natives, but there are some really hardy ones out there that if, um, take honeyberries, for example, they go summer dormant, which, you know what, I'm still not sure is a thing, but apparently it is.
They go
And then they
wait,
just pop out with leaves.
they go summer dormant. So they're active.
Yes, they go brown in the summer.
Okay.
Interesting.
I
Good
am
choice.
not advocating anybody to plant honeyberries, by the way. Just FYI. That's something that I'm playing with on the side at my house.
Fair enough. Okay. So, well, I have to ask this. Do you have a favorite plant or like a favorite group of plants?
That's like asking a mother her favorite
I know.
child.
I
Aw.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Um, I like vegetables, I like fruits, I like native plants. I really like native grasses.
They'll
Mm.
Yeah.
have their purpose on why you like them.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna dive into why we have you on today is your turf grass trials, some of the things
Hmm.
that you've been noticing. So I guess first question is what is a turf grass?
Oh, well, it's a grass that you're intentionally trying to grow in your yard. It's not a weed.
It is
Well, sometimes. If you have
sometimes.
Bermuda grass can be both your turf grass, and then when it's in your flower beds, then it's a weed. But yeah, it's a grass that you're trying to intentionally grow in your yard. Or if you're just kind of like a laid back gardener kind of person, it's whatever you mow.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Mm.
So what is it? Some people say like a weed is simply a plant that's in the wrong place. Is that what they say? Some
Yeah,
people say,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's how they define a weed.
yeah.
So what are some common like turf grass species we have here? You've mentioned Bermuda grass being one.
Mm. So it's not just Bermuda grass. There are two types of Bermuda grass. There's hybrid Bermuda grass, and then there's common Bermuda grass. And there's also Bermuda grass that is used for hay, but we're talking about turf grasses today. There is St. Augustine carpet grass, which a lot of people like. There's zoysia grass, and there's two types of zoysia grass. There's fine texture and there's coarse texture. Then there is buffalo grass. Then there are those like native buffalo grass blends like thunder turf and habit turf. And go down more towards the coast, they have seashore paspalum. Go more up north, they have tall fescue into Kentucky bluegrass. We're kind of hot for that here. And let's see.
I was gonna say that's a
I
pretty
think
good
that's
list.
it.
You've already done way better. I could have named you
I think
St.
that's it.
Augustine and Bermuda grass. I grew up with like Kentucky bluegrass was like a big one up in
Mm.
PA. I'm sure there were some other ones that I'm not thinking of, but that was kind of a big one up there. So yeah, you've already done way better than I ever could naming turf grasses, but it is your
Oh,
job.
that's good. Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, yeah. I would hope I would know these. Yeah.
okay, so I guess why did you decide to start like your turf grass trials?
It started with a problem. So, as an
As
extension
any good
agent,
trial does, it starts with
yes,
a problem.
yes, yeah, it starts with a problem. So, this church trial that I have outside my office, which I'm looking at right now, that's what I'm looking at. This is actually my second turf trial. I had a turf trial right above my office. So, as a county extension agent, I mean, Carla, you know, people come into your office and they're like, what kind of grass should I plant? Or my turf grass is dying. Or really, what kind of grass should I plant? Should I plant it by seed? Should I plant it by sod? And then here in Fredericksburg, we have been having like increasing water restrictions. Now we're not as bad as Blanco County. Oh my gosh, y'all got bad. We can still water our lawn once a week for now until they change that. So I honestly thought that we were going to go to like no lawn watering at all this summer, but then it ended up raining. So whatever. Anyway, so here's the problems. One, people are kind of wondering what kind of grass they can plant out here for a yard that will survive. And then two, we can't really water our lawns as much as they used to. I mean, the people, the old timers around here, they would have St. Augustine and they would water it like 3 times a week, maybe more. And we just cannot dump that much water on grass anymore. So I kind of felt bad for these people because they're like, well, I want to have a good lawn but I can't water as much and such. And I've tried kind of telling people, okay, well, with the stuff that you can't water, water longer. Don't do these 20-minute bursts. Do more like a 30 or 40-minute burst. Make sure that it's sinking in. But sometimes people just need to see things. And so um, we had this ugly, ugly strip right out by the road in front of our office. And I was like, you know what? Nobody's going to be offended if I plant grass there. And so that's where I put the first turf trial. But then it was really difficult to water. So I stopped watering it. It looks really interesting what survived out there, by the way.
Is
Just
it
the
a nice
buffalo
little,
grass.
I was gonna say, is it a nice little like hodgepodge? Oh no, you said just buffalo grass.
Just the buffalo grass plots.
I,
Everything else died.
I
Just
can
the
believe
buffalo
that.
grass plot survived. So kind of hardened by that and kind of wanting a display that I could kind of keep going a little bit longer. Well, the county is fortunate to have this property, well, some extra land right on the side. It's basically where our parking lot drains out, but there is some higher ground. And so I put a turf trial out there to kind of show people like, okay, so you want to plant buffalo grass, this is what it looks like. Or hey, you don't want to water your lawn. You only want to water your lawn every 2 weeks. This is what it looks like. And this year it's, hey, you can't water your lawn at all. This is what it's going to look like. So that's why. That's why.
That is the point of a lot of, well, county agents are expected to do a
Yeah, and we're supposed to
do
do results demonstrations.
supposed to
Yes,
do
yes,
results
yes,
demonstrations
yes,
that
yes,
are applicable to
yes,
problems
yes, yes,
that
yes.
a lot of landowners have. This one being a very a very pertinent one to
Mhm.
pretty much just about everybody. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
that has a home, most, I would say a good chunk, at least 50% of the population enjoys having a nice green yard. The other 50%, I'm not gonna say you could care less. There's another 50% that, they would like to, maybe not interested, or they just, it's kind of like whatever
you know
grows,
what?
grows.
It's not for everybody.
It's not.
I've got a family member who has a house, and all he does is he just wants to mow his grass. He doesn't really want to take care of it. He just wants to follow his neighborhood um, requirements. Yeah,
Yeah, and I will say
that's okay.
some people really love taking care of their yard. Like they
Mhm.
thoroughly
But
enjoy
there's
mowing
people like
it.
that too. Hmm.
And I, you know, I applaud those people because their yards look absolutely beautiful.
Oh, usually they do, but if they don't, they call me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So you have your turf trials. So
Yes.
which species do you have? What are your different sort of areas, I'll say?
Let's do pictures. Can I share my
Okay.
screen?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Okay. So sharing is caring.
And as always, if it actually decides, oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, I would never have guessed that's how you spell. What is that called? Zeiss grass? Would never have guessed how you spell.
Oh, Zoysia grass. I'm probably
Zeiss grass.
mispronouncing it. I mispronounce things all the time. So the first grass, do I get a little pointer? This one is timeless 2A. So what this is it's basically the habit turf, the thunder turf, that kind of thing. It's a blue grama buffalo grass mix.
Okay. So
So what
a native, what they call a native seed mix. These are
native blend. Yeah,
naturally
yeah.
occurring species out there on the landscape.
Um, you know what?
Well,
I have my doubts about blue grama around here, but blue grama
well,
does grow in Texas.
yes, where you guys are, it's a little
Yeah.
rocky for it. Down here in
Yeah.
South Texas, where I'm at, a little bit more common. But yes, there are
Oh,
other
okay.
areas where it's
Okay.
more prevalent. But yes, hill country,
Yes.
I would say
Yes.
you're right on that cusp. But buffalo grass, yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. We have like wild native buffalo grass. It's kind of cool. So, I'm just gonna go through the pictures real quick. The buffalo grass is pretty much takes over, but the blue grama is good because it grows first, and so it kind of creates like a cute little. It shelters the buffalo grass so the buffalo grass can grow.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Fun fact about buffalo grass. It is oh crap, I'm gonna mess this up now. I was gonna say fun fact and I'm gonna mess this up. There's
Oh,
actually
okay.
like the grass has two genders to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's
So I know
I
you know
mean,
this, but I was going to share this
yeah.
with everyone else because you are the
Um,
plant person. But everybody else, there it has you have a male and a female plant. Fun
Okay.
fact.
That's a fun fact for me. I didn't know that.
Yes, and I can't remember which one's which. I just remember that there's a male and a female. That's all.
um, I don't have the picture of the little seed heads on
Oh,
here, but
that's
they
okay.
are cute and they're not too like annoying. So
They're
this is
not.
St. Augustine. This is the St. Augustine I have in my experiment because everybody loves St. Augustine. So they came out with no more drought resistant St. Augustines, and I was like, you know what? I'll try that. So this one is Citra Blue. It's out of Florida, and it's your classic St. Augustine. It's got the big broad leaf blades. You can see that it's suffering a little bit, but yeah, we'll go back to that. This is just regular buffalo grass. It looks like the native blend.
So that
This
is
is,
just okay. There's a bunch of different varieties. Okay,
oh
continue.
yeah,
I will
oh yeah.
continue. I will ask a question later. Continue.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. Just interrupt me. And then here's you see verde buffalo grass. So you're like female buffalo grass. This is solid female buffalo grass. None of the cute little male seed heads. It's all girls.
Okay. That's
They
very
reproduce it by like cuttings.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting. See, and I
Mhm.
didn't know that you could go in, like I didn't realize that there was different varieties of buffalo grass. So okay,
Oh my gosh.
so I'm gonna
Yes.
ask like what obviously this one is you said all female.
Mm-hmm.
So what were some of the like backtrack for a second. What's the difference between the other? Well, you said the one the two step. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, timeless 2A. That one is buffalo grass and blue grama. And then
Mm-hmm.
what's the other one? The other buffalo grass. The sun
Sun
dancer buffalo grass.
Dancer.
It's a very nice name.
Yes. And this is actually a pretty high quality buffalo grass. So it grows in real thick
Okay.
and germinates as well as any buffalo grass can, which is kind of one of the negatives about buffalo grass. It has pretty good coverage. It's my favorite variety of favorite specific buffalo grass variety. Yes.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
this
there's others. There's like
okay.
Prestige, there's Legacy. I mean,
Oh
they've
gosh.
they've done a lot. Yeah. And then I think A&M was working on breeding buffalo grass.
And I guess the different characteristics of are like coverage of the grasses or just different characteristics that they're enhancing,
Oh,
I'll say.
yes. So I can actually show this. All right.
Okay.
So this is Sundancer buffalo grass. It's got male and female parts. It grows by seed. So the UC Verde right here, this one you have to get little plugs of. So you can't grow it by seed. And it grows really thickly, very, very thickly. In fact, too thick. I kind of killed it. Not completely, but it did
Yeah.
not look good. So, if you look, this is another UC Verde plot right here, and it kind of died out in spots because it grows
Oh,
too thickly.
gotcha. It just
Yes.
chokes itself out, basically.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is there like more maintenance required if it's growing too thick like that? Do you have to do anything to?
I didn't think so, but now I suspect
Yeah.
so. It wasn't recommended for our area because apparently it doesn't have the cold tolerance.
Mm,
So,
Gotcha.
interesting.
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry. We took Beth.
that's okay.
This is like cup chat where we take rabbit holes and but we eventually get back. We
We
get
always
back. So
Okay,
we're back on
there's the okay.
track. Okay.
Okay,
UC
okay.
Verde buffalo grass.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
So this is Sahara Bermuda grass. It's a common variety. It was seeded. I don't like it. It's
Yep.
cheap.
It's cheap. Okay.
It's cheap. It's relatively drought tolerant. Oh, okay. So those are the ones in the little 5x5 plots that are not been getting watered, have not been getting watered at all this year.
Just relying upon rainfall to water.
Only on rainfall.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So you'll see that some of these plots, like I took the pictures just today, that they look kind of brown and dried out. They don't look very happy compared to how they looked in July. So even the St. Augustine does not look happy. That's the thing about these grasses is that that's okay. So I mean, I don't know about the St. Augustine. We'll see how it takes it. But with like the buffalo grass and the blue grama mixes, that's what they do. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of part of their way to survive drought. They will go kind of dormant, like kind of brownish and such. They're still alive. It's just that they're not pretty and green. So when we say drought tolerant, they may keep their green color longer, but it's going to be more likely that they're going to recover from drought better than something else.
Right.
So,
They bounce back. They respond very, very quickly to rainfall. Well,
I mean, there's
relatively free grass. They respond well to
they're
rain.
not going to die as
Yes.
much.
Yes.
Yes.
Your survival rate during drought is higher.
Yes. Yes. So I've got other grasses too. I've got grasses that I
Oh,
actually take care of.
I was
Oh,
gonna say, share with us what grasses that you take care of look like.
so um, there was this statewide turf trial, and I mean they did like the professional little plots and just like a couple locations, but then they gave county extension agents like big 10 by 10 plots of stuff. So I got Cobalt St. Augustine, and this one I do water. This one has gotten water. It got watered last week. So this one gets watered about every 2 weeks or so. I really try to do it only when it needs it. This is like the new St. Augustine that was developed by Texas A&M University. So if you talk to any of our turf specialists, they're gonna be all like cobalt, 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 cobalt. Well, it looks great. It is drought tolerant. I mean, 2 weeks is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the only problem that I've had with it is that I recommend it, and then people are like, I can't find cobalt around here. And I'm like, oh, well, you had to order plugs of it. And then people are like, oh gosh, gross. I think they can get it up there around Dallas,
Okay.
but like squares of sod, but we can't get that around here just yet.
So it's just it's almost like too new is basically what it is it is challenging to come by at this point. If you're going to be up, DFW area or I'm guessing probably the College Station area, then you can probably pick some
Ooh,
up,
College
but
Station would have it, yeah.
yeah, this area it's a little bit more challenging as of right now.
Mhm.
How new is it? Do you know?
I think
Give or take.
only, I don't know, maybe only a couple of years. Oh,
Okay.
wait, no, that plot
Less,
is a couple of years old.
I was gonna say
I would
less
say
than 5 years.
probably around 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm imagining you out there, Beth, with like a little like sprayer head, like just like you're like, I'm just watering my grass. This is just my job. Do you have a
No.
sprinkler system?
No, okay. So, I'm kind of on the border of county and the city limits. And so City of Fredericksburg doesn't really like, I do not use a sprinkler. Let's just leave it at that. I
Yeah.
use a soaker hose.
Ah, okay.
Would
They're
that be
little, cute little
preferred
plots.
method anyway, or do you like sprinklers better?
A sprinkler shoots a lot of water up into the air, and so I don't really like that because you have that potential waste of water. Now it
Yeah.
does put a lot more water out faster than the soaker hose, but the soaker hose makes sure that it goes down instead of up in the air.
Yeah.
So it's also
Bird,
more discreet.
you make the birds happy with the sprinklers. They like sprinklers.
Oh,
Okay.
oh no, no. The birds are on my blacklist right now. Yeah. Those little golden, not golden cheek warblers, but those gold cheeks,
The goldfinches, lesser
goldfinches.
lesser
Do you know?
goldfinches,
Yes. Do you know what those little devils have been doing to my broccoli?
probably eating
Yeah.
your broccoli.
They've been eating it. You know
This,
what? You can keep your birds, or I'm gonna like birds in November, but for right now, I don't like birds very
That
much.
that kind of surprises me about goldfinches eating broccoli. Like that's kind of a new one for me. They're
Oh,
like,
I have pictures.
they're black, like the males are like black on the back and then they're like bright yellow. Okay, yeah, they're lesser
Then
goldfinches.
there's, yeah, the little devils. I have
Interesting.
pictures.
Okay,
I need to
okay.
say I don't have good pictures, but I have pictures.
I believe you. I believe you,
I'm gonna
Beth.
send them to you afterwards. Anyway,
Please
let's
do.
focus on the grass.
Grass.
Yeah, I'm
Back to
not putting out
grass.
a sprinkler for the birds. Yeah.
I
This is Tip Top Bermuda. This is a grass that is really easy to get by sod. And interesting story about it. So when I got this sod, it was donated, but they only gave me half to cover the plot. So that's why it looks a little patchy on one side, but it has covered it quite nicely. And I'm actually kind of impressed with it. I wasn't initially because I was like, oh, this grass looks ugly. I have to water it so much. But it's been taking it like every 2 to 3 weeks. And so I'm impressed with it. It's grown on me.
ha pun
Mm.
intended.
I can say that because I'm a horticulture agent.
You
Yeah.
can. You can.
Yeah. And then this last one is Palisades zoysia grass, which everybody loves when they come out here. They will like step in it. They will just feel it. It feels like you're walking on
all
carpet,
around
and
them.
this stupid grass has to be watered every week. Every week. Every week. Maybe I can get 2 weeks, but it has just got to be the neediest, most helpless grass. And yeah, it's not my favorite, but everybody loves it.
It feels nice, but the maintenance
Yes, it
on it
feels
is
nice.
so it looks like that's a pretty like fine bladed grass.
It's not. This
It's
one is
not?
actually not as fat as St. Augustine, but it
Okay.
is kind of similar.
Okay.
It may just look like that because of how I mow it.
Okay.
I mow it with a weed eater.
I was gonna ask you how you mow. I'm imagining you out there again
That's,
with one of those like the old school like bladed like
But you chop
but
chop.
yeah. Yeah, from like the 50s or 60s. Like I'm imagining you out there with that.
yeah, that would
You're
probably
like,
be
no.
better for this grass. No, I do not do a good job mowing. I mean, so you know someone does a good job mowing when you take the leaf blades and you see that it's a clean cut.
Mhm.
Mine are all stripped and frayed, and
Um,
it's like, oh no, oh no.
so I mean, okay, do you have more grasses you would like to share with us? Because I can
I
dive
do
off into
not.
okay. So I guess that leads me to another question of if people are caring for their turf grasses, I mean, ideally, what is like the best way to go about caring for it? Obviously, they need water, but it's like the requirements for each of them for like how often to mow or how high to mow them or height of mowing. I know if you go too low, I know you can what they call it scalping, I guess. I'm not a turf person.
So we've got some great handouts on that. You might have to go through AgriLife Learn, which is not so great, but I'll try to post the links.
I was
I
gonna
can
say
send you the links and such, but we've got some great stuff. Check out Aggie Turf. I think it's
Aggie.
aggieturf.tmu.edu, and I think all of the handouts are on there, so you don't have to go through AgriLife. learn
Okay.
in that mess. But yeah, we've got handouts that tell you how high you should mow, specific types of turf. And I mean, I do know some things about grass, but I don't know those offhand, I'm afraid.
That's okay. That's okay. Um, so you had mentioned that basically with the three grasses, you can either go, depending on the grass, is either seed, you said a
Mm.
plug or sod.
Yes.
So so I guess it just really, how do I word this? If you're going to use seed, are there some tips or tricks for people if they go the seed route? Because I know with seeds, it gets tricky because it's like when to plant and birds can eat them and all the fun things.
Let me see if I can pull up those pictures. Okay, so the thing about the seed is that it kind of depends when you're doing it. No, I didn't think I got a picture of that. Um, um, so the thing about the seed is that, oh wait, you know what? I do. You know what? I am going to share that. Okay, so this is what happened when I planted the trial. This is the timeless two-way plot. This
Okay.
is like the day after. So when you plant seed, you want to have a nice, clear area so that there's no weed competition initially and such. And you also, honestly, you need to water it with a sprinkler, which is what I should have done. I was hand watering and I really did not get good germination to start off with. And you also should not be planting in June when you have multiple 100-degree days, as
Yeah.
it was in 2023. I would plant in late April or earlier April, depending on how warm you get.
Okay.
So that was that. So that was like June. And then a month later, this is, however, that is all the germination I had.
Okay.
So it was kind of depressing at first, but I was not watering it like I needed to, and it was just real dry and real
It was
hot.
last summer was rough. Was
Well,
it?
this was 2023.
Oh, 2023. Okay. Then about
Yeah.
an average-ish. Well, heat-wise average, rainfall definitely on the lower side of things.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Then
2023 was when we had the multiple 100-degree days. Wait,
yes. No,
yes.
2024, it was like triple digits like every single day because I was like 9 months pregnant and
Oh,
miserable.
yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
I will say that that was last summer because this past summer was actually like borderline pleasant. You're like, it's actually pretty nice. But yeah, I think 2023 was, yeah, I'll call it average-ish. But anyway, I digress. So,
Well,
uh,
whatever happened weather-wise, it was hot,
not
it was
ideal.
dry. That's normal for Texas. So,
Mhm.
yeah, they were not germinating very well at all. Meanwhile, the plug plots were like, la 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 la.
I
I
got
don't
this.
care. Yeah, they were growing. They were super cute. So the thing about the seeds is that the seeds take a lot longer to get coverage. Meanwhile, this like plugged plot was just rocking. It was doing, wait, no, this one is seeded. Yeah, this one was seeded. It just had better germination than the other one. So, yeah,
So
plug plot.
for your test plots, how did you go about um preparing your bed, like preparing it, like getting rid of all of the competition? Because I know there are several different ways you can do it.
Oh,
You
yeah, I
can
don't have a picture of that.
what are the different like routes that people can go and what did you use for your trials? I'm just curious.
Glyphosate. I sprayed them with herbicide.
That
That
works.
honestly is the easiest way to do it. I had some weeds out there. I kind of wanted to control them. It only takes about 2 weeks for the weeds to die, and then if you have to do a second application, then it's like another 2 weeks. But the herbicide was the easiest. It really was. I know some people try to till. Um, that soil is really hard and compacted. There, having a tiller out there would not have been fun.
And sometimes tilling can cause you more problems. You can get a lot of your
Oh yeah, more weed seeds.
invasives.
Yeah.
Not so much, well, definitely invasives, yeah, can be an issue. But I've also heard of people you can do that sun solarization technique. Now, obviously that one takes a long time, but I
That
guess
one
what are
takes
your,
forever.
and yes, it does take forever. Though last
Yeah.
summer, you probably could have done it relatively quickly because it was so hot every single day and there was no
It
rain.
really wasn't that as hot last summer. It really wasn't. We got rain here. It was actually kind of nice last summer.
I was gonna say it
Yeah,
didn't.
I think we got like a normal average rainfall for the year, and it kind of kept the temperatures down. But to me, it was miserable heat
It
last year.
in 2024, at least here in Uvalde, we got very little rainfall and it was like triple digits.
Mm,
Like
hmm
it felt like every single day. But we are all in different spots and it does not take that much for one spot to have a different conditions.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
basically went in. So for most people might know what glyphosate is, but for those who don't, what is, you said it was an herbicide,
Oh no,
but
no, no, no. It's not that anymore. So it used to be called
okay.
Roundup, but Roundup has gone in there and they've added triclopyr to their formulation. And yeah, I don't like using that brand name anymore at all because it has triclopyr in it. And if you're using that in your yard around a tree, I mean, that's remedy, or that's one of the
Okay.
ingredients of remedy. So I don't know about that.
So for the
So yeah.
average, so for the average person that may want to use herbicide on the yard, what are some different options? You don't necessarily need to say brand names, but like what should they look for on the back? Or do we have some publications as to different options out there for people to select from?
They don't like making publications out there that have herbicide pesticide recommendations because
Fair
then they
enough.
have to keep them updated.
Oh, that's fair enough. That because that's again not the plant world. See, animals don't really change species very often. So
Oh
we can write
gosh, I hope
publications
not.
and generally speaking, a gray fox is a gray fox is a gray fox.
It's not? Are there
Yeah.
subspecies of gray foxes?
There are subspecies of gray foxes, but really and truly across the board, it's a gray fox. You can call it subspecies, but it's a gray fox. Versus you get into like the chemical side of things, you can get to the pun intended. You can get into the weeds real fast on that one. So
Yeah. I would just say look for something that says systemic herbicide,
systemic.
something with no residue.
Okay.
So you can get some herbicides out there, but they're going to stay in the soil for a very long time. And so for example, I think I can throw a brand name out there. There's like Eraser Max, and then there's regular Eraser. They're two different products. You really need to look at the ingredients. Honestly, yeah, you really need to look at the ingredients. Um, so something that doesn't leave a residue, something that is systemic, something that'll kill both grasses and broadleaf weeds.
Okay.
Oh, just read the label because it should say in the label what the plant back is. So if
Oh,
you
okay.
take a label and it says, "Oh, this soil you can't plant back for like a whole month," and that's probably safe. But it says, "Oh, you can't plant back for like 6 months," that might be a problem. So
Okay.
yeah, read the label. Read the
Read the
label.
label. Look for basically a short window after you spray, a relatively
Hmm
short window when you can put um your next venture into your yard, whatever that
Yes,
might
yes,
be.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Carly, got any turf questions? Sorry, I do this all the time. I just talk and I just take over.
I always learn so much on these, so I'm like absorbing. um, the zoysia grass. I know that or
Mm.
in my area at least, it seems like that one's a really popular one. Um, what is your take on it with your turf trial? Because I know you said that it was really needy. It seems like it's really popular over here. People really like it. They say that it's drought tolerant, and all that good stuff. But you said that it requires a lot of maintenance. So is that, and I hate to call anything good or bad, but um, I guess if a homeowner was kind of maybe newer, or they have a really small piece of yard and it's not, they're not trying to um, do multiple acres of like 10 acres worth of sod or turf grass, rather, not sod, but I don't know. What's your take on that?
Well, first I'll address the question about the zoysia grass. So I, as I said before, I really don't like zoysia grass. I don't like recommending it. Sometimes, I will say this. So all of the grasses that I showed you, they are more drought tolerant. I don't have any of the typical turf grasses like the typical St. Augustines that are planted around here, like palmetto or rally hay, rally, that word. Um, I don't have Floritam. I don't have those typical St. Augustine's planted here. So when you compare those to Zoysia grass Palisades at least probably looks a lot more drought tolerant than like palmetto or the typical stuff. But I've got stuff out here that has more drought tolerance. It's been bred to be more drought tolerant. So that's why the Palisades in my trial just seems like it's a lot more work because it hasn't specifically been bred for that. Now, they have come out with new zoysia grasses that are supposed to have more drought tolerance. And if I do an additional trial, I will try those. But the thing about the Palisades too is that if you forget to water it, say I go on vacation and I'm away from my office for a couple of weeks and it's the heat of the summer and the grass doesn't get watered and it doesn't rain, it will potentially die out. And then those dead spots just do not recover very quickly, like
Mm.
compared to St. Augustine and such. It just stays dead for a while. So, and then it grows too thick sometimes, so you have to aerate it. It it doesn't get as many diseases as St. Augustine, and it can take a little bit of shade, more shade than Bermuda grass. So it's kind of just in there between, but it's just not really it's not my favorite option.
Good to
And
know.
then if you
Oh,
have just like a little yard, honestly, I would just get plugs of cobalt.
Okay. And then you mentioned you can't really find that around here. Can you order it, or like if I
Yes.
yeah, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, if you're looking for any of this kind of stuff and you know what variety, or maybe you don't know what variety, do you just go to the grass store, or like where do you get this from?
I think there might actually be a website called the Grass Store. Oh,
there,
no,
there
don't Google
probably
that. That
is.
might end poorly. Um,
Mm,
Yeah, don't look it up.
there, yeah,
the turf grass store. Let's be
yeah,
specific.
the Turf Grass Store. Yeah. So you can get plugs off of I know a couple of places. So I've gotten plugs, this is brand names, but if I give two, I think I'm okay. So I've gotten grass plugs from Todd Valley Farms. They
Okay.
will ship them to you in a box. I don't do this in the heat of the summer. I usually do this like around April, maybe May, when it's not too hot. And then you can get plugs of cobalt, for example, off of Sod Solutions. I think they're like the licensed distributor. I think they're the only ones that are licensed to distribute it online. And then they have other turf grasses there as well too. They come in these cute little plug trays and you get like this little auger and you drill into the ground and then you just pop the plug in there and plant it. And that's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
So you had mentioned like sun versus shade. Now, obviously, your plot, I didn't see any like trees in the immediate vicinity, and from my like recollection of your office, is your plots are pretty well in full sun.
Full sun.
Okay. Are there any of these for somebody that has a more shaded yard that you would or would not recommend for shaded yards? And I'm not going to say fully shaded, but gets, you know, probably a more partial sun than full sun.
So honestly, if you have a lot of shade in your yard, you probably shouldn't be trying to grow grass. I know that's not going to be a popular answer. If you must, that's probably going to need to be St. Augustine. That cobalt variety is supposed to have good shade tolerance. I haven't really tested it that specifically. I kind of want to, but it's supposed to have that. The zoysia grass can take a little bit of shade, but it kind of depends on how much shade there is. I mean, it might just be better if you put in some pretty
Flowers.
flowers. Yeah.
I was gonna ask, is there, you don't have to name them specifically necessarily, but are there native grasses that do pretty well in the shade that you could do as a alternative lawn uh, type, I guess to say?
Yeah, they're semi-native. There's sedges. You can get sedges that you can plant, and then but they aren't gonna really look very lawn-like. They're gonna have kind of like a more of a flowing look to them and such. Their leaf
I
blades are gonna
like
be
that though.
taller.
That's
I
pretty.
know, I think it would look good. But if you have like a dog, well, I mean the dog would be okay, but if you have like a small child, um, there may be an increase of snake risk or
Mhm.
you might lose a small child in the grass. I don't know. Depends on how big the child is, or how big the dog is. There's also mondo grass, which is not native, but you can get dwarf mondo grass and plant it in really shady areas. It's not technically a grass. It's actually in the lily family, but it
Oh,
looks grass enough, and you can mow it, and it's just kind of hard to get established, and it's expensive.
interesting.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like you have an amazing turf trial. I know I learned a lot. I think I know what I'm gonna plant. At least I have a better idea of what I could plant in my yard, and I don't have to worry about watering it as much because
As much, yeah.
I like having a nice yard. I don't like the high water bill. I'm not a fan of that. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, down here in
Mm-hmm.
Uvalde, I think we're on like a once a week water restriction. It's like trash day is when you can water. So it's like
Wow.
something along those lines. Maybe it's changed, um but anywho, well, I mean, Beth, is there anything else that you wanted to share that we haven't asked you this afternoon?
Let's see. Yes, I'd like to share that buffalo grass is not evil, but if you are on the other, like the east side of I-35, it's probably not going to do super well for you.
Okay.
It actually needs to not be watered super much. So otherwise, then it's a poor competitor. But if you just don't really water it, like 2 weeks, I would say is max.
Max.
But otherwise, just if you're watering it like every 3 days, buffalo grass, you're going to kill it. So,
Oh, and I will say there is another native grass called buffalo grass.
oh,
Buffalo
that,
and
yeah,
buffalo grass are two, like we're talking about like the
yes.
big bison buffalo like animal grass. So don't, I don't know if you can buy buffalo grass
You can. We have a
seed.
producer who
Okay.
planted it as a forage. I don't think it's
Okay.
native actually.
I don't think it is either. I know it can become an issue. So make sure if you're going to
Yeah.
go with buffalo grass, think of the animal, not
Yes.
the,
Yes.
I don't know what else you want to call it,
Like
but the
maybe buffalo
non-animal
some.
variety of grass, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so Beth, thank you so much for teaching us about turf grass today. I'm very excited to see where your trials go. I guess last question, what are your next adventures in turf grass trials?
I would love to set up a shade system so that I can actually see how much shade these grasses could take. But that's complicated.
Uh,
One of the nice things about this trial is that it's pretty easy. I just
yep.
have to like go out there, I mow it. I mean, the shade thing might blow off. So I don't know. I want to try some of the new varieties, but I might run out of space eventually. So
That is fair enough. Well, you'll have
mhm.
to let us know what the next saga is whenever you've decided what your next saga is. Um, but thanks everyone for tuning in this week. Carly, I literally look every time before we hop on. Who do you remember who we have lined up for next week? Uh
I
we
had
have
it
some
pulled up and then I got out of it. Oh no, I
we
did have
have
it pulled up.
oh, I think we had a change up.
We did. To be determined.
To be determined. So, yeah, so tune in next week. Hope y'all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week. And we will see y'all down the road. So, bye everyone.
Thank you.